think I'm gonna go to TGI Fridays. They got, one next door. Casino. We went,
Going crazy.
we went to the American Grill thing last night.
Yeah. At least this is easier to commentate than the 10 ball.
Yeah.
At least there's more to say. The 10 balls from one corner to one side, three in the corner.
Because there's nothing to speculate on. It's like you're on the three. Oh, I think he's gonna shoot the three. It's like it's just,
He's going to shoot in the corner. It's hanging about the side. That's where he's going to shoot. He says a lot of different patterns.
What, you talked to Max?
Well, I heard talk to Max in months.
Oh.
Oh,
I heard Dennis trying to strangle him like the other night. Dennis Hatch. I don't know. I saw Max in the convenience store. He was buying beer at like 1:30 in the morning or something.
a couple of days ago.
A couple nights ago. And after coming down from the Voodoo Lounge and stuff, he was all happy and was buying some beer. And then I guess it happened after that, like in the elevator or something, that Dennis started trying to rough him up. We fired him.
Huh?
We fired him. Dennis Hatch.
From what?
Corona, yeah. Sponsored player.
For doing that? Really?
Well, it wasn't. Coming back.
All right. All right, Jason breaking 4-4, and the other match is also 4-4. And Mike is racking them up. And they're still falling. Well, he's got either group, easy start. If the 10 passes the 6, I like the stripes, because the 12 will get him there. But the 9, he's going to need to move right now if he shoots the stripes. I don't think there's really anything wrong with doing that, shooting the 15 and moving the 9. Or, yeah, that's the right choice, Jason. Oh, boy, that's a little risky going into it at that speed. You've got to have more control on that. I mean, the guy shoots so straight, it's not going to matter probably. 9 on the side, 12, 10, 13, 8. Rack them up. Just needs the angle on the 10 so he doesn't flirt with the 4. Hold it there. Perfect. Oh boy, what happened there? It sounded like a miscue. It did. It sounded like a miscue. There's no way he wanted to be that far. Thank you, 3-ball. Eagle eye. Did you miscue? Yeah, I heard it. We heard it.
I went to hit the ball and just it slid off the tip and just gripped enough just to drag it in.
On that 8 ball?
Yeah. No, the ball before the 8, 13. Yeah, Jason come over. He said, I asked him, did you miscue? He said, yeah. He said he felt it when he hit the 13 ball. He said he felt the cue ball slipping off the tip, and he was lucky to pocket it. Well, we're about halfway home in both matches here. Still waiting for the final word on the TV matches for tomorrow. I got a text from Ozzy about 10 minutes ago. He got pulled away while he was in the process of putting it together, and he had some other duties to do. He said he'd get back to me as quickly as he could, so hopefully I get that to you before we go off the air. But let me give you a prediction anyway here. I'm pretty sure we're going to open with Corey and Efren. The other matches, Torsten and Jungle and Chang. Of course, no bad matches here, but Corey and Efren sure sounds appetizing to start the day with. Good break there. We got 5 solids in the kitchen and 1 straggler up here.
I'm not a straggler. Are you calling me? Is it me?
No.
Oh, you said
He's talking
I
about
sat back down. You said, well, we had a straggler up here. Like, dude, I've been.
up at this end of the table.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
No.
I've been called worse than a straggler, believe me.
Yeah. You're not even a hanger-on. Well, he certainly has both groups to start with. I kind of would like the stripes here, just because.
I'd shoot a 13.
Yeah, just
Then the
because
fifth-
they're all
14.
easily accessible, and the 9-ball. Once you get that out of the way, you never have to really go near a solid.
I'd shoot the 13 here. There
That's
you
kind
go.
of what he's looking for.
And shoot this ball next, and then that ball. Boop.
Would you float to the rail here, or shoot the ball next to the 8 first?
I'd shoot this ball next to the 8.
Yeah, I like that too.
Just
Soft hold here.
Just twist this in.
Yeah.
But
He
he's
decide-
shooting, and he's shooting the other
Yeah,
one.
you might have had too much angle to hold it there.
What's behind the 5 ball? Is that the 1 ball?
That's the 1, yeah. That's what I said. There were 5 solids in the kitchen. And the straggler I meant was the 7 ball that's all the way down at this end. And that's why I thought stripes were the better group. Especially with the ball next to the 8 being a stripe, it eliminates
It's
a
funny
pocket.
when they're racking the balls, alternating the balls, and 5 balls go to the behind the line. I mean, that's weird, huh? You'd think
It
it
is.
would be like a mixture. That one day
I
they
think
broke the ball.
remember they were all solids
All
on
the
one side
solids,
and
all the stripes on the other?
Yep.
That was really freaky.
Yeah. But it's a result of collisions. These guys hit them so hard. They're flying all over the place.
But you still think they would be
Yeah, you'd think
mingled
there'd
up.
be some mixture anyway. Mike DeShane 5-4 ahead over there now. They're in rack 10 as well. That's a nice position there.
Would you shoot the 9, the
I-
12, then roll up and shoot
yeah.
the 14, and then shoot the 11 last? I don't know. This is
It
kind of-
depends. If the 8 passes the 7, then I would. If the 8 doesn't pass the 7, then I'd
think
save
I'd-
I'd save the 11 for last.
You know, he might shoot the 11 and shoot the 14 next.
I don't know. I think, well, yeah.
I don't know.
I think you want to get the 12 out of there pretty quickly. I wouldn't want to leave it too much longer than
No.
after this ball.
I would shoot the 9 and the 12.
9, 12, and then you can play the 11 or the 14, depending on the angle you get on
Yeah.
the 12.
Yeah. But now he's shooting 11 and the 14,
Well,
which I also like.
That's okay too. Yeah, that's okay too. As long as he's got the angle here to not flirt with the 8. And he
I like
just-
that. I like this shot. It was a natural, you know.
Yeah. Now, if the 9 doesn't go in the upper right corner, though, now he's going to have to do a little cue ball traveling to get on it in that pocket he was on it 2 shots
You know,
ago.
If he shoots the 14, draws back, has angle on 12, shoots a 9 the same hole, and then spins back up toward the 8.
I think the draw angle might make him hit the 8. I'm not sure if it's straight or not.
I think it's straight.
Yeah, it looks that way.
You can kind of tell from.
Yeah, kind of looks that way.
He better stop.
That's
He's
good.
going to roll
9
up,
in the
shoot
side. Yeah, 9 in the side. sure. Well, assuming the 8 doesn't pass the 7, he needs the angle to pull the cue ball over to the long rail off the 9.
It bugs me the way Mike DeShane chalks his cue.
Oh yeah, it's very distinctive, very
You ever see
unique.
how he does it?
Yeah,
Like one of those
it looks
snooker
like he's
players.
grinding it in there. Yeah,
He holds it way up at the top. Watch
Yeah.
it way up top.
I know. Yeah, it's funny how you notice the idiosyncrasies of all the players. Like for example, Darren Appleton, when he goes from shot to shot, he drags his cue stick on the ground. He holds it up. He holds it up near the shaft, near the ferrule, and he'll just drag it with him on the ground.
Really?
Yeah, watch
I
him.
never-
Watch him when he plays tomorrow.
I never noticed
Yeah.
that. That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. Drags his cue on the ground. That's funny as heck. Yeah, I never noticed that.
Well, we've had a referee's change here. Their shift changed at 8 o'clock or so. So we have Don Mokrauer back in, who has done a lot of work here this week in the pro pit. Very seasoned official. He lives in the New Jersey area. You usually see him around the World Tournament of 14-1.
I could never live back east, man. Ugh.
That's why I moved to California.
I'm telling you, the west is where you got to be, in my opinion.
I didn't mind living there growing up, until I got through college, and then I realized how much I hated the climate and the crowds.
I was in Memphis 3 years ago and sit out in my garage drinking a beer. I'm telling you, within 15 seconds, you're swarmed with like a jillion mosquitoes. They'll just carry you away.
Well, the worst mosquito experience I ever had was Galveston. Those things were like they were armored or something.
Yeah.
They bit me through my suit,
I'm
through my
talking about-
sock, through my shoes.
I'm telling you, mosquitoes, I'm talking about like a million.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean like a 50 or 100. They just, it looks like a sweater.
I tell you where they're real bad too is up in Alaska.
Yep. There's no mosquitoes in Vegas.
No.
No, I don't think I've ever
No.
seen one.
Well,
Maybe
an
one.
occasional here and there, but there's not a lot of insects flying around in the area that I live in too, in the Sacramento Valley. Well, this is a little sticky here. I mean,
What's he going to do? Shoot the 10?
yeah, I think you got to. I mean,
With the-
does the 9 pass the 7 in the lower right corner?
I don't think
That's-
it goes.
yeah, that's
it
the
goes in
problem
the other corner,
ball.
though, I believe.
Does it, you think?
I think.
Yeah, it looks like it's a
It's
little
close.
covered.
It's close, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be right near it.
Yeah. You kind of throw it in a little bit of right anyway.
That's what he's looking at right now, Bobby.
I think it goes. I think it goes. It's close, but it goes on a good hit because the 9. Yeah, I believe it goes on a good hit.
Yeah, what are you going to do after it if you shoot the 10 now? You're going to have to save the 14 ball.
I'm going to shoot the 13 next.
Too fast. That was less than a 1 stroke. That was a half a stroke.
Let him do that for his cash 4 or 5 times and see what he does. Sleep in
I mean,
that back seat.
it is the way he plays, but every now and then that does bite him.
And
There's
stay at the Honda Hotel for a couple of nights.
Mike DeShane got one more. He's 6'4" up now on Warren and at the table.
Vivian won the women's tournament here.
Oh, what a surprise. She wins it like every year.
But she's another one that misses balls that are
Because she shoots quickly.
hangers. Yeah, man, she plays fast. And I've seen her miss balls like, how'd she miss that? But she just
Yep.
one strokes them, but when it's on, it's pretty impressive.
Well, I think he's absolutely got to shoot the 4 ball right now.
Oh yeah. Maybe shoot the
4-1,
and then the 6.
and then the 6, and then
go
go down
back.
table.
Yeah.
But he's still got to deal with that 7.
I don't know what he's doing here.
He could go into the 7 now, have the 3 for insurance.
Spin off that 9. Maybe try to hit the 9, right?
I think I try to hit the 7 right on the number, bump it to the rail a little bit. He's going forward though. I don't like that.
I like
call the
shooting
2
this
ball.
and using low left and hitting them balls and spinning out.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, that I think that's
You
a
know
good
what I mean?
that's a good way to do it.
Spin out, and I don't.
He may be clipping the inside of it with right, but that was the danger of tying the 5 up by pushing the 9 over there. That's why I didn't like going into it that way. Your way, you can come across the top of it, and you miss the 9 altogether.
Right.
Now he's got to play the 7 and blast into the 11. Well, not blast, but he's got to use a good calculated speed judgment here of how far he wants to push that 5
You know what I
ball
would
up.
do? I'd go with the 11 with right English, and that way the cue ball spins out.
Yeah, that's for the cue ball, but what I'm saying you got to do is you probably want to put that 5 somewhere near the side or just past it. You don't want it to come up there and tie up with the 14 and the 6.
No, yeah.
So the speed to do what you want to do, I don't think is right. I think it's low left here. And he still didn't get the 5 out far enough to where it's got a good pocket. He may not
hit that ball hard.
Yeah, he may not have much to shoot right now if he can't make the 1 ball.
The 3-6,
and he can't.
The 3-7.
Yeah,
3-6.
you ain't shooting that from 7 feet away.
Well, this ball don't hardly bank. This is a tough bank to stiff up.
I think the 9's in the way too.
Oh yeah, it is. I was looking at the 5.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pocket for anything.
Hell, he can't hit nothing.
He is playing the combination, I guess, or he's slicing the 5. Yeah, it's a slice job. And that doesn't necessarily yield another shot either.
And that's a tough shot, too.
Because if the cue ball winds up over where the 5 is, he ain't got nothing to shoot.
It's a tough shot anyway.
You got to go like 3 times
even
across.
If he makes it, if he makes it, it's no good. I mean, it would have been good, but it's a tough. Look at this. Look at this ball.
All right, Jason. I mean, you're at the table. The guy could have run out on you if he played a better pattern.
Oh,
you can't be letting that stuff bother you. See, that's the thing that I think he still needs to work on a little bit. You just can't let stuff like that.
All the American players do it. They all look up at the ceiling, at the crowd, at the bleachers.
Yeah.
They all do it.
Well, sadly, I have to agree with you.
And how many Asians do it? Or Germans? None. And the Americans, when they look.
Even if no Filipinos do it either.
No. Because everybody sees the bad roll or
right,
good roll.
They know.
You don't have to tell. You don't have to look and make sure they're acknowledging your bad roll. I laugh. Oh, my God.
Well, hell,
I wonder why it's always, I don't know.
Of course, but Jason's not American. He's European.
Yeah, but he's been hanging right here long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's been rubbed off on him.
Yeah, we Americanized him.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to back cut this 14, I think. Be careful where the 3 goes. Softly. Nice little tap there. He goes in the side
funny?
now.
And you know what? None of the women do that. None of the American women. Can you think of any woman?
I can't think of any women from any of the countries that do that.
That look at the
I mean, I've once in a while seen like Ava Mataya after something bad happened, maybe just pound the stick, not pound, but
I know what you're saying.
Down onto the floor, But for the most part,
none of the women act like that. Shaking their head, moaning and groaning. I know I'm gonna get.
But of course, when they had their organized tour, throughout the '90s, late '80s, '90s, and the early 2000s, they had a pretty strict code of conduct, and they had people that weren't afraid to enforce it too.
Plus the bad thing, if you moan and groan, and then all of a sudden your opponent misses and you run out, then you really
You look like an
like a
idiot.
goober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, then he look like just and Jason was kind of making them faces, and he got to get out now.
Yeah.
Now
Now
how
he's
you-
all happy
Yeah,
face.
now how you look?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike DeShane 7-4 now over Warren. They've just broken in rack 12. Warren's at the table.
No yawning.
Thank you. I'm trying. Only been here 11 hours.
I thought Jay was going to sit in, but he was tired for some reason.
Tired. He ain't done nothing. He's been here a day and a half. All he's done is schmooze around with people.
Oh, I know. He said he was over there falling asleep.
Yeah, he's old. Well, he just hit the 7-0.
Doesn't look
Jay
it.
did?
I don't think
Yeah.
he doesn't look it.
Yeah, a couple days ago, I think.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wished him happy birthday on the Facebook thing.
Uh-huh. No, Jay looks pretty good for 70.
Yeah, he does. I think people are looking good for 70 because we're getting older. Now,
Yeah.
if we were still 30, we'd think, man, that dude looks old.
Well, at 30, someone 50's old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still tell people I got blonde hair.
Yeah, it's
What
just,
color's your hair? It's blonde.
Yeah.
No, dude, it ain't been blonde in 30 years.
it is on the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. Until it grows out, it comes out a little lighter.
That's right.
That's funny, Ken.
A couple days ago, I think. Well, he's here somewhere. He's here. No, he's around. He's here. He got here yesterday. He'll be here 2 or 3 days. I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I played Jay in 1970 at his Pullman in Bakersfield.
Oh, God.
Yep.
How come you ain't in his book? How come there's no story in his book about you?
Because I beat him and he don't like it.
That's right.
He's not going
I'm
to tell
sure.
Because he's not going to tell
Well,
no one.
he wrote stuff about people that beat him.
I don't know why. I think I read his book. I'm sure I did. I'm not in there. Am I?
I've read his book like 3 times. I bring it usually when I go cross country on the airplane because it's fun reading, and I know 90% of the people he mentions in there because we're only 3-4 years apart in age. But I would recall if there was a story about you in there, and I just don't remember there being one.
You know, the only book that I'm mad about, or that I'm not in, that I was with the guy every day for a year, is when Cornbread wrote his book. Well, Bebop had something to do with, I was with Red every day for a year, hanging out with him, making money, gambling with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was, going up with me on the money.
Mm-hmm.
But people just forget, I guess. There's a lot of people in my book that I didn't mention.
You can't remember everything.
No.
Anyway, you're a big TV star now. Anyway, I mean, I've seen you twice in the past 6-8
Well,
months on
I'm-
those TV shows.
I'm famous. I'm a legend in
Legend
my own,
in your own mind.
In my own mind.
Uh-huh. You're one of them living legends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's me.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what's funny is I can't count the times I've had young people come up to me and say, my favorite movie of all time is Pool Hall Junkie.
Oh,
And I laugh. I'm thinking, did you
one
ever
of the world's worst movies.
Well, no,
No,
but
no,
let me
not
here's
really.
what happened. But here's what happened.
I know.
It started. And I was there throughout the whole process. It started off me telling stories, and they wrote those stories down, and then they opted the script out like 10 times through 10 years. You could rent the script, and every time they rented the script, the people renting it, the producers, would make them change it around. So the final version of where it started was completely
Not even
opposite,
close.
not
Yeah.
even close.
Right.
It's the same thing when I was involved in that show. Me and Mars sold a pilot to that show, Ball Breakers. That was good when it started.
I actually worked for Ball Breakers when it was first
me
out
and
there.
Mars did the whole thing. 2 days, a week before they started filming, the guy that owns the game show network calls me. He says, "Oh, Robert, I'm sorry you lost your gig," because I was going to be a commentator. And I says, "Why?" He said, "Well, I like Ava."
Ava was involved. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
But that
yeah.
was my gig.
Yeah, I actually have a Ball Breakers T-shirt from the Game Show Network, and I've got some of the chalk.
And that turned out
Because
horrible.
they did right in my area. They did a couple of promotions for the show where they were giving away a pool table and all of that, and they asked me to be the official to represent GSN. So I wound up making like $60 or something but I got some
But the show
stuff.
turned out terrible.
Oh, I know it did. I know it did.
And they had like 11 episodes. But I was going to be the one. Me and Marge did the pilot, and we were the commentators on the pilot, and it was funny. And then they turned it all around.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Actually, we'll just finish up on that while they're racking here, and maybe just put an end to this. But I did a CSI event with Mark when he was doing the National Championship Series stuff down at the Golden Nugget downtown here. It was 09, 08, 09
I set that up.
Right, and I was doing some commentary for Tar was doing the commentary, and Mars comes in. So all of a sudden they bring him over to the booth. I hadn't met him. I knew who he was, and they sit him down with me, and they said, "Mars is going to join you for some commentary." So we did a couple matches together, and I kind of got to talk to him a little bit. Yeah.
Mars is a character.
Mm-hmm. Well, anybody named Mars has got to be a character.
Well, his first name is Gregory. Gregory Mars Martin is his name, but he goes by Mars Callahan.
Well, it sounds better.
I knew him when he was like 18.
All right, meanwhile, we'll get back over here, and we got 6-6. And on the other table, we got 7-5 in favor of Mike.
I knew I would get a story out of some kind. Yes.
Well, that was one people can relate to. Sometimes when you tell some of your stories, a lot of times, and this is not criticism at all, Bobby, please, I hope you know that. A lot of times you tell stories about people that probably 75% of the listeners don't know the people you're talking about because they're from 30, 40, 50 years ago. So.
That's true, but for the life of me, how could you not have ever heard of Cornbread Red, even no matter what?
You go out here and you ask 100 random pool players that are 30 or 35 years or younger, and they'd think, would the guy invent cornbread?
Yeah.
That stuff's delicious. I like that.
Yeah. And that is.
And I bet you the people that have heard of him, half of them don't know his real name, probably.
That's right,
Billy Burge. Yeah. Or Jersey Red. A lot of people don't know his real name either. Jack Rat. Yeah.
He was a good friend of mine. We're off subject again. We're going to get in big trouble.
Well, let them. They're going to have to find replacements.
That's right.
Deserved a better fate there. It was a pretty good shot going into that 11 ball. Well, he can make the 7, he can make the 4, and go into the 3.
He's looking all over the place.
Yeah, he's got to open the 8 too, but he's got the 5 to do that with, and the 6 and the 1 to kind of give him some insurance. Depending on the angle, if he can go into the 3 right now, that's perfect.
Hit the ball with low right.
He miscued again. Yeah, he miscued again. I still think sometimes, Bobby, a lot of miscues are just the result of you get too far out on the edge of the cue ball. It's not so much, the tip's defective. I mean, we all do the same thing after we miscue. We look at our tip.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's not the tip, and it wasn't improperly chalked, and you didn't hit a bad spot on the cue ball. You get out that far on the cue ball, there's nothing left of because your tip's curved. There's just no surface-to-surface contact, and the thing just slides off of it.
What do you think he's going to do here? This is a weird layout with the 11, and this is strange. This is a tough.
I'd almost think of try to find some way to maybe even play safe. I don't see, like we were talking though, you don't want to start taking your soldiers off the table right now because you can't get out.
No.
You can't get out.
And I don't like him shooting 11 into the 4 because he's got that 6, the 6 down here. The 7.
That's right. It's, you know, I don't know if he can do it. If he could just nudge the edge of the 10, separate the 10 and the 8, and kind of hide him from shooting the 6 or the 1. Well, that's not going to work either.
He can't even hit the 10.
All right, so you make the 9, and then you figure out a way to play safe, because I still can't see how you can get out from here unless you get so perfect on the 15, which is up on this cushion, like that, or you do that.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that is unlucky too. He hit that awful good.
Hit that ball good.
Right.
And it double kissed and stayed right
Right.
there. And I don't know what he's going to do here. He's looking at this ball. I mean, he can't shoot
Well,
this ball at nothing.
Right. I mean, he can shoot the 12 and open the 10-8, but as long as that 11's there, he's not getting out.
And it doesn't bank because the 6 is in the way. The 7, I mean.
Right. He'd have to get over near the 7 to make the 15 and be able to follow forward into the 11.
What's the score on the other match? 7?
It was 7-5, and I see Warren racking, so it's either going to be 7-6 or 8-6. It just depends. I don't know who won the last rack. As soon as Warren moves, we'll be able to see the scoreboard.
Seven, 6.
7-6, Mike. Okay. It was 7-4, so Warren's got 2 back on him.
You know New York Blackie's real name?
No.
Al Bonifay.
Huh. I didn't know that. That wasn't a bad little shot there.
That's as good as it can be. That's as good as it gets there. You know. And he's in the same predicament, but he can. I think he can go rail. He can go rail first to make this 4.
Thank you. Okay, I've
Jason.
just been delivered the official lineup for TV tomorrow, and I'm going to wait till after this rack, and then I'll let you know the stream lineup starting at 11 a.m. What did Jason do? I didn't see.
He rolled. He tried to make the 3 and rolled it in the corner, and he missed it. And as you can see, kind of hung it up. But
Okay.
he's got the way the edge in this game right now. The way these balls are sitting, he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, well, the 4 is protecting the
and
run out, and the 10-8's tied up.
And the 4 goes. He can go rail first and make the 4 if he decides to try to run out.
What, behind the 11?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it
Oh,
goes.
boy, it don't look like that to me on the monitor.
Oh, it goes, yeah.
Okay, I'll trust you.
I think. And I'm pretty sure it goes. Look, he's got plenty of room. And what Jason would do here, if he does get a shot, he can use a 3 to break the 8 out.
He's gonna bank the 15 and try to carry him in and off the 3.
And hope it doesn't go. I think he.
Yeah, I think he was trying to move the 7 there more than anything else.
I think he might have been trying
Try
to
to make it, yeah, which would have been okay. Well, no, if he makes it, then he leaves him the bank.
He's still got a bank,
Oh,
which
he's
is
still
even easier.
Yeah, you're right.
You got sideboards now.
But
I'm shooting
if you shoot the bank now, then you're putting the whole game on it because you're going to have to open the 8-10. I mean, you're going to have to do that eventually.
I'm shooting.
But the 3 lays good to do that, and you got a couple of balls down there to help you out.
Yeah, if he shoots this, he can shoot and go right into the split the 10 and 8. He's got all of. He's got the. He's going here.
Yeah, he don't even have to split them. He just has to bump one of them.
Look at this.
Watch where this is going.
Look at this.
Well, if the 6 will still go underneath the 11, it's not all that bad.
It doesn't go. Look at his face. That's cold. That's pretty cold-blooded there. You know, he got
Well,
no
listen.
shot.
Well, he's got the 7 ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And, oh, no, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have played a little bit more calculating and tried to get good on that 3 to do what we was talking about. unless the 6 don't pass under the 11 to make the combination.
I don't think
And
it- I
that
don't think it-
obviously that's the case.
I don't think it passes.
And you know what I might do here, Bobby? You might think this is really outrageous. I'd call safe, make the 3, and lock him up right against the 10 ball.
Look at this shot.
I think he let him see the 11, and it might go. It might go off the rail off the 3.
If it does, if that 11 goes, he's
Yeah.
going to lose
See,
this game.
that was a situation there where I think Jason really needed to have some patience, take a couple of laps around the table, look at everything from every angle. You could always go back to doing what he did, but it looks like he just did it so hastily that there might have been something better that he could have done.
I don't think this 11 goes by there.
Well, if it doesn't, he has nothing he can shoot, and he doesn't have a whole lot of places to hide. The 5 won't go in the corner there by the 3 ball. I mean, going off the rail off the 3, but you'd have to be like where the 14 is to do that. He's called the 11, so I think he's going to try to graze it in off the 3 ball.
And just kind of pop it and leave the cue ball right
Well,
there.
you stay right there, then you can
Shoot
shoot
the
one of
12.
these balls down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he moves the 3 out of the way, then the 10 goes straight in.
Mm-hmm.
This is key if he makes this one.
Yeah, and it's 6-6, boy. This is a big game. Good shot.
There you go.
And you're right, he did move it enough that the 10 goes. Now you're going to shoot the 12, then the 14, then the 10, then the 15.
You're going to shoot the 15 last, of course.
Sure, yeah. 12, 10, 14, 15.
Yep.
That's the way it looks.
Or if he can swing over also, maybe
Shoot the 14 next.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Depending on where he lands
Right.
here.
Bingo.
Now shoot the 10.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. 10, 14, stop.
Stop. Right.
Yep. Yeah, Jason hurried that too much and sold out.
Uh-huh.
Was no need to do what he did so quickly.
Not then. I mean,
No.
you could always do that next inning or next inning or next inning, but what you didn't need to do was be that impatient and just hit and hope.
Yeah, he played a little careless. They're a little wild.
Yeah. Looks like Mr. DeShane is going to get himself on the hill there. After this 8, maybe we can switch over there. He's got a couple balls left on the table.
I'm not commentating that match over there. I'm on the TV table.
Okay.
I play good. I'm on the TV table.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I'm hitting.
you're one of them silent movie guys anyway. I
I'm
know you
hitting.
go back there.
I'm hitting them good over here.
Okay, now we can see Mike. He's got, looks like he's just got the 1 ball there. And then the 8. To get on the hill. Stun it into the rail and out. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going, Michael? I guess he's all right. Okay, 8-6 for Mike, and it looks like it's his break because Warren is sitting and not getting up to rack. So Mike has a chance to break and run for the match. And Ko-Ping Chung here has a chance to break it to get on the hill. Jason's made a lot of mistakes in this match. He's made some bad decisions.
Oh yeah.
He's taken some pretty wild chances. He's gotten a couple of bad rolls,
Yeah.
but so has young Ko. Look at that magic rack flip up in the air like that. It's the first time I've seen that happen all day.
Look at Jason. He's over. Look at Jason.
Yeah, well, he's not really too amused by things right now because look at the cue ball. Another, you know, half a mile an hour of wind and the cue ball drops.
You know, you have to sit there and just not
gotta,
say
you
nothing.
just gotta,
Just don't change
right,
facial expressions. Don't say
right.
nothing. You know, and the reason people do that is
They want sympathy.
and they want to. They're hoping the crowd acknowledges why they're losing or
right,
what's going wrong.
right.
We all know. So just
That's
sit there, stone faced.
right.
You know, I tell you, like a guy like Nick Barner. Have you ever seen Nick Barner make a face?
No.
Never
Ralph?
in life. Never in life.
No.
You know, and I'll tell you something. And in the long run, it'll pay off too.
Well,
Yeah.
sure it does, and I've always said too, Bobby, that when you do that, you're burning energy. You're burning mental energy, because along with that facial expression goes mental anguish.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking to yourself, and you're saying how unlucky you got, and this guy's just,
I'm
you know, he
telling you.
can't beat me, and
And listen, and I'm not ragging on those guys because it's real hard, you know, to do that. But you got to. That's one of the
gotta
most
suck
important
it up.
things. The most important things ever. Train yourself to do that. You know.
and it is something that you can train yourself to do,
Yes.
and it's difficult, but
It's worth it once you get it done.
it pays great dividends. And plus, you never let your opponent see that you're bothered by stuff, because he feeds off of that.
Oh yeah, they think you're weak.
That's right. It's a sign of weakness.
It's amazing that how many matches, how great Siegel played through his whole career. 'Cause
With
he
all
was,
his antics.
oh,
Yeah.
he was like all over. I mean, he'd pick out a person in the crowd and he'd be
Oh,
talking
yeah,
to them the
the
entire match.
airman and all of that. But
It's, you know,
I think he was not only a great enough player to overcome those demons, but I think to some degree that actually helped him. I think
know
it fueled
how.
his fire. I don't know how either.
Yeah, Earl's the same way.
Well, I think there's a difference. I think Earl legitimately thinks the whole world's against him. And I think Mike is just putting on a show to get sympathy and all of that.
I tell you, who was one of the hardest guys to fade in his prime, boy, was Ronnie Allen. You know, I've seen him play a lot years ago, and he was a tough nut to crack. I'll tell you something, boy. You know, people always compare him to Efren, who could win. You know, I said if Efren, he better bring some earplugs, because he's going to fade a lot. He's going to be fading a lot of stuff with Ronnie in his prime. Not only did he play perfect one pocket anyway, but his conversation would run you crazy.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to see here what he does. What do you think here? Is he going to try to?
Well, the 6 ball should really be the last ball, if possible. But I don't know if he can get to the 3 and the 2 now with the angle he's got. So he's probably going to have to play the 5, then the 6, and then get real good on that 3 ball.
I don't think the 3 goes by the 14.
It might
50.
not. Then he's got to get good on the 2 in the other corner and shoot the 3 up where the 6 is, or up where in the other side.
I don't know about shooting this. This is going to be interesting here. I don't know what he's going to do here.
Yeah.
I guess
It looks like Mike DeShane is shooting the match-winning 8 ball over there.
I think he was
And
trying
he's
to play.
done it. He has done it. Michael DeShane, 9-6 over Warren Kiamko. And let me see if that gives Mike 2 wins today or 1. I don't recall what he did in his first match. Yeah, Mike beat Jason earlier, so Mike's 2-0 with a pair of 9-6 victories in his group. And that's going to be tough now, because the only guy that can catch him and have a tiebreaker possibility with him is going to be
shot, will you? Look
is
at
going to
this
be
shot.
Coe.
You just missed a
I saw it. No, I
monster.
saw the
Did
shot.
you see
I
this?
saw the shot. That was a
How he swung
fine pool shot right there.
How he swung across there and got perfect just about. He's like a little bit too far down, but let me see. I don't know what he's going to do here. Maybe he
Stop and play the 3 up table.
can
On the side. Yeah.
It's a nice out he got out there.
No,
I'll
he's
tell
now
you.
he's going in between the 10 and the 11 with the cue ball now.
I think
He
he's
wanted
draw-
to be straight in.
I think he's going to draw his ball.
Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
going to have
Spin in
to.
2 rails, go in 2 rails.
Well, even if he just hits the short rail here and bumps into the stripe, he'll still have the 8 in the side.
I think
he's
he's
just
going
got
behind. Watch, he's going behind.
You think he's going behind it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I
Just
thought he
like
was going to
this.
bump into it, and now he's hooked.
Well, he
See,
didn't mean
because
he
he
didn't
hit.
mean he didn't
no,
mean to
he
hit that.
course, but he could. He had to avoid the 11 to do what he tried to do. That's why I thought he might just stun it into the rail and out,
Yeah.
and not take a chance on getting hooked.
What's he
Now
doing
he's
here?
going to get a jump cue.
I
It's
thought
going to
you
be the
couldn't use
first.
a jump.
No, they reversed it for 8 ball. I told yeah. This morning I got a text from Ozzy that said they were going to allow him in the 8 ball, which kind of surprised me.
Why would you allow an 8 ball?
And not 10 ball. That's why it surprised me. But I just work here, Bobby. I do what they tell me to do and say what they tell me to say. I don't want to get.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get into that.
I just wondered.
Yeah. No, I mean I had the same initial reaction you did.
Yeah, it just surprised me.
But anyway, after this rack, one way or the other, I'll give you the TV lineup for tomorrow because I neglected to do so before. Watch Jason's reaction if this kid happens to spear this in. Like that. I'll clap for that. Nice shot. Very nice shot. They get out from everywhere. Okay, everybody, here's tomorrow's TV lineup. We're going to kick you off at 11 a.m. with Group B play, and on the stream is going to be Torsten against Chung Chang, the former world 8-ball champion that took down Dennis last night in the Tiger Challenge. And then coming up at 1 o'clock, here it is, Shane and Dennis. That's going to be pretty stout. 3 o'clock, we're going to have Ko Pin Yi and Dynamite Darren.
Another great match.
And then 5 o'clock, Mike DeShane will come back against Young Ko here. And actually, that'll be the match for the group because Mike's already 2-0. And he's beaten the other 2 guys in the group. And then we're going to conclude it tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with the current #1 ranked player in the world and 2-time World 9-ball champion, 3-time World Straight Pool champion, Torsten, the Hitman Homan, against the Magician. Toasty and Efren, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Those are just the stream matches, but we're going to try to give you a little bit more coverage on Table 2 starting tomorrow as well. Even though it's tough for Bobby and I to commentate, we can clearly see the table, and we can even see it when, we see the same thing you do on the screen on our monitor here, but it's a little distorted as far as the angles we have, and it's just tough to commentate on something that far away. But you don't really need us to describe a lot of the action in these games because a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory if you can see the layout. So anyway, that's kicking off at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And we're probably 15 minutes or less away from finishing up tonight's programming. There's only a possibility of 3 more games here. But this rack's kind of messy.
I don't know what he's going to do. These guys shoot so straight. Tell you something for everybody watching this kid play. He's like 18 years old or something. It's just amazing how solid he plays and how composed, how intelligent, how skillful. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. I mean, he's 18 years old. It's just mind-boggling to be playing this good against world-class champion players and winning. It just blows me away. It really does. 18 years old, I'm telling you. You know, mind-blowing. Not only how good he plays, his composure and just everything. I don't get it. So unbelievable. Well, all the pressure playing all the best players in the world, and he's competing, huh? Something to see.
Is he going to be able to make that 8, Bobby?
It's close. It's real
Well,
close.
he's got the 9 for help, so even if he can't make it clean.
Oh, he can make it. He's going to make it up a 9 if he makes it.
It almost looks on the monitor that there's room to get the cue ball in there. But even if he can't, the 9's sitting pretty good. And
He just got to get down here about a foot past the spot.
Oh, as long as it stops, he's perfect.
He's good. He's perfect. Look at this.
Oh, he's better than perfect.
Oh.
He's a match winner is what he is.
I'll tell you one thing. This kid plays good. Look at this.
All right. What a tremendous performance by Chung. He wins 9-6.
He's 18 years old. I've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes. I don't understand how a guy can be that composed, that skillful, and that composed at 18 years old. Can you imagine, Ken? Really?
Well, I can because I think it's the culture.
Yeah,
it's their culture and their upbringing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished on time tonight, actually 2 minutes early for the first time. And on behalf of Cotton and myself, we want to say thanks for being with us. And we're going to start the loop up here momentarily. 11 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific time. We'll be back. Good night, everybody.
I'm done. See y'all tomorrow.
Thank you, Don. Good job.